while since we went live, so I wanted to sneak in one for Friday. What's up, man? How's it going? Finally, I'm live. Yeah, I haven't been so consistent recently because I've had some family stuff to deal with. So, but we're back. We're back. I don't even know if you guys still watch me live. It'll be interesting to see. But yeah, just going on a short trip. You guys know my favorite station is Ramadgi because there's this nice cafe, really nice cafe that I like to go to. Any problems with live streams? No, I don't have problems with the live streams, but I do have problems with the Wi-Fi at my babushka's apartment. The Wi-Fi is not doing well because I guess there have been too many drone attacks recently, and the defenses, what do they call it? What do they call it? The military defense systems have shot them down. Doing an awesome job, by the way, because they clearly work very well. But yeah, my streams haven't suffered yet. But my babushka is very close to the center. We're staying with her. So when I'm in the center, the Wi-Fi is terrible. Really bad. Yeah, I've heard some people complaining. Some people complaining about the live streams recently. Yeah, it's the military defense systems. Everything's pretty much shutting the network down. So it's not the best time to stream. I guess I'm just lucky because my T2 does the job. This is not an advertisement for T2, but T2 seems to work when other people's Wi-Fi doesn't work. I don't know why. I wish I got a T2 router for my apartment. It's not so cold in Moscow right now, but you can see that the atmosphere has changed. People are recently bundled up, and you know if Russian people are bundled up. Yeah, man. If Russian people get bundled up, it's cold. I've seen a guy walk in a t-shirt in the snow, so you know it's cold. But it's getting there. It's not like super cold. T2 is bad for you. I don't know. T2 has served me well. Many of my friends complain about T2. Some people say use Beeline. I think it's also dumb luck. It's really dumb luck sometimes. It was like 75 degrees yesterday. Degrees yesterday? What do you mean? Fahrenheit? Can you say that in degrees Celsius? I do not use Fahrenheit. But it's like supposed to be 3 degrees today, if I'm not mistaken. It's not very cold. It's not very cold. Yeah, man, this is the beginning of the 6-month gloomy bonanza. Be ready for that. We're gonna have a very, very gloomy set of streams just to give you guys some intel. Why would it be hell? We've got an escalator. No, it's not too cold to survive. You know, there's this misinterpretation about what people mean by it's cold. Russia is cold when you don't know how to dress. And also, not every part of Russia is cold. So if you're like Russia is cold, I feel like that's not a very fair statement because there are places in the south that are pretty much chilling right now while everybody's bundling up. Russia has some warm ass places. Really does. And now no place is actually cold, depending on what you wear. You can't bring a knife to a gunfight, you know? You gotta do what is necessary. Bring the right attire, bring the right things, and you'll be fine. So, that would be my advice. No, it's not 14 degrees. I don't know who's saying it's 14, it is not. It is not 14 degrees Celsius. I think it should be like 4 4 degrees Celsius. Somebody check. Somebody go on Google. It's not as cold as it was yesterday. Yesterday it was 2 degrees Celsius, negative in the morning, 0. But that's like the beginning. We're still in autumn. Hey, Alexa, what's up? My air is like 3.2. If I'm not mistaken, somebody go search on Google. Look at Moscow's temperature right now. But look. I don't know if you guys can see that. Let me do this. You definitely know it is nothing more than 2 or 3 if I'm able to do that. Ugh. We got one of those weirdos on our stream. 1 second. Let me just remove somebody. Yeah, I hit him. Did I hide the wrong person? Shit, sorry. I hit the wrong person. Ah, no, he's gone. Yeah. Somebody said they shit themselves. I don't know how that has anything to do with me. Alright, gents and gentheads. That's a better term. Yeah, guys, so the temperature has dropped. I'm pretty sure it should be 3 right now. Because if I can blow hot air, or if I can blow, pause, that sounded kind of gay. I don't know if you're gonna use the term blow. If I inhale and exhale and the air comes out cold, then you know it's cold. Yep. Mobile networks suffer, and for me, the problem that I've encountered on my streams lately is it's fine. Like I don't struggle unless I use a specific set of parameters. But back then it just used to be so easy to stream. I'll just take out my phone. Oh, look at the train. Shit. That looks so beautiful. Look. Look. I lost my chain of thought, but screw it, man. Look, 80 years of victory. Got the soldiers on the side. I'm in Moscow, so I don't care if I miss the train. I don't care if it's the train. Oh man, Axa, I just got you unhidden and you're calling this a propaganda train? Go on a 24-hour break, my brother. I think a lot of you don't actually know what propaganda means. I don't even think a lot of people understand what propaganda means. If you really want to understand what propaganda means, I suggest reading the first book by a man who created propaganda. It's Edward Bernays. Can help you guys understand what propaganda means. A lot of modern day kids know nothing of what propaganda means. Propaganda is not always I show off my country and I'm patriotic. This is propaganda. That's not propaganda. If you actually knew what propaganda was and you understood how it operates, you would actually pretty much bang your head into the wall. You know? Because even the creator of propaganda said in his book, Edward Bernays, that a democratic society is the easiest place to influence. So let that sink in. It's been around since the beginning, but not professionally. If you want to understand how propaganda really works, read Edward Bernays. The wide-scale mass media tyranny that was Edward Bernays' propaganda is still present today. Still present today. Yep. Because you're alone. Am I alone? There's some people down there. Not professional. Propaganda was improved by the CIA. It was. It was improved very well by the CIA. But yeah, I just urge people to read books. You actually be very disappointed every time you scream propaganda. There's actually a larger and deeper way of looking at it, and it doesn't really consist of the things that you may think it does. Somebody said reporting me to the FSB. For what? We got another retard. I'm gonna put it on timeout. Am I allowed to say that? Am I still allowed to call people retards? Sorry guys, I'm a 90s baby. I have no idea if I'm allowed to say that. I don't know if I'm allowed to call people retards anymore. Please tell me if I am or if I'm not.
Осторожно, двери закрываются. Следующая станция Ломоносовский. Для вашей безопасности держитесь за руль.
Got our fellow Nazis in the chat. Apologies, guys. A lot of people are wishing for my downfall and clearly don't watch the content. Yeah, it's pretty fast. It's decent. Sorry guys, we passed one of the worst stations for streaming. That was Prospect. Lemonosovsky Prospect. We're actually about to arrive. It has the worst network on my streams for some reason. Yeah, we're back. Yeah, it happens. The only time that I think I've ever complained is when I'm arriving at this station, or possibly if I'm walking up the stairs at Minskaya for some reason. But it seems good.
Станция Ломоносовский проспект.
This is the Moscow Metro. It's on the yellow line.
Осторожно, двери закрываются. Следующая станция Раменки. Будьте вежливы. Уступайте места инвалидам, пожилым людям, пассажирам с детьми и беременным женщинам.
How's the network on your end, guys? How's it looking? Is it looking better or is it kind of tripping? I can't speak so loudly because people do not like loud talking in the subway in Moscow. I will talk loudly in a few minutes. We're about to get to the destination. This is Moscow, Russia, for those that are asking. Hey, how's it going? Florida in the house. Hey, братец, how's it going, Mr. Facebook? Как дела? Все нормально? I've been to too silent with you guys. I'm so sorry. I haven't streamed in a week. Are we back? Oh, I don't celebrate Thanksgiving. I'm not American. But a happy Thanksgiving to all the people that celebrated. Because today I was invited to a Thanksgiving party, but I guess it's going to be postponed because Moscow has gotten this really bad bug recently. Autumn is reaching its concession, if you could say that. Autumn is about to end, and imminently we are now experiencing that little burst of annoying little flu bugs that seem to rear their ugly heads. Nothing preposterous, it just happens every year. It's not something that is out of the ordinary, it's not outwardly, but it does annoy you when you're trying to get stuff done. I'm thankful that I have not been sick for a full year. I'm not going to say that again because I might jinx myself, but I have not for a full year, and it just feels like paradise. I feel like I've eventually, I would say, adapted to the climate. It might be the African genes. Us Africans are pretty tough. Us Africans are extremely tough. It takes us only a few years and we are pretty much accustomed to a place that is not our home. Stream for like another 10 minutes and then we'll end it. I just wanted to say hi to you guys. We need to stream more. We recently hit 10k subscribers. Thank you for that. Really appreciate the love you've been showing me. It's kind of strange walking here, talking to you guys with 10k subscribers. That's wild. I'm just a village kid, bro. Village kid from Zimbabwe, born in Mount Botswana, and I love making content, and it's paying off. Hopefully I get some sponsorship deals down the line. We're gonna check the gas prices. It's like my ritual. Every day I check the gas prices and I piss off all the people. Let's say that Russia has no gas. Let's see. So petrol is 68.50. How much is that in dollars? I think that's about like $1 now. Petrol. $1 a liter. It's pretty good. Diesel is a little bit less. Was petrol the one on the top, the DT? Somewhere between 1.5 USD, I think. It dropped slightly. The price of fuel has dropped a little bit. Not insatiably, but you guys can do the math if you're close. I mean, it depends what your job is, what your occupation is. But I will tell you that some people survive on $800 a month, $600 a month, pay rent, feed their family, and this is the biggest city in the world. Well, I would say Moscow is one of the biggest cities in the world. I've never been to New York, so I can't confirm. I can't. But a couple of Americans that I've met told me that it's not far off. They're pretty much peers in terms of size, and you can survive with $600 plus here. But it depends what kind of lifestyle you live. I would say if you want to live very comfortably in Moscow, it wouldn't hurt to make at least $2,000 a month, $3,000 a month. I mean, you could do shit. Like, it's not like a very boring life. $600 is like a very boring life because you probably wouldn't get the best apartment. $2,000 a month is comfortable. You can get a nice apartment for like 500 to 600 USD a month. or cheaper, because you can split it, basically. If you want to be a roommate or if you want to be somebody that lives with somebody else. But I will say that for me, living in Russia comfortably, I own a couple of businesses, not in Russia, in China. And because I lived there for almost a decade, still do some business between China and Africa. And I would say if you have like, I don't know, 200,000 rubles a month, you guys can do the exchange on that. You can live okay. You can live okay. In terms of like, you want to do whatever you want, you want to eat at expensive restaurants, you can survive on as little as $600 a month. It's possible. I know people that have a salary of $600 and they survive. They rent an apartment, they're safe. But a lot of Russian people buy their apartments, or their parents buy their apartments for them. So sometimes the apartment cost is cut. I bought my apartment 3 years ago, before the real estate was terrible. This dog is getting too excited. And yeah, now it's basically 2 times that. So buying a house in Moscow is pretty hard for an average Russian. The average Russian will struggle. What business do you work today? Well, I've got to get to a cafe, have a meeting online. Let me let these people pass me. I don't want you guys to hear the conversation. Have a meeting, have a business meeting. So I'm just gonna walk around the neighborhood first, go to a nice little, what can I say? Little restaurant, and get something to eat. Can you video police there? Yeah, I think so. I've seen a couple of people even prank police and not get killed, and that's a very bold thing to do. 68.5 rubles per liter is $3 per gallon. A bit more than in the US. No, I said liter, not gallon. Liter. We don't use gallons here, my boy. We don't. I don't think it's $3.3. That's incorrect. Incorrect. Liters, not gallons. You might have to check your Google search again. States and Russia are actually pretty much the same when it comes to gas, which is actually funny. It's weird, actually. So I guess Russia's supposed to have no gas, although it is kind of pricey for Russian people. Let me not lie, it is pricey. Because before it used to be like 3 times less. Ah, you're saying a gallon. 3.8 liters equals a gallon. And it's a gallon calculator. You're gonna have to check your facts there, but Moscow is pretty much on par with most of the American cities in terms of the, what can I say? I'm not talking about your calculation. I'm talking about your survey on the United States gas prices. It's incorrect. I will admit though, gallons confuse me. I do not do gallons. But yeah, double check. Because you've utterly confused me. When you said gallons, I was like, fuck that. I'm not talking about gallons. Like, my brain was like, nope. American metric system, I'm not doing that. Yes, you gotta do your research, buddy. That's incorrect. Moscow is pretty much on par with a lot of the American cities, although Russia is apparently suffering. But gas prices are interesting because you can actually you can determine how much you want to sell your gas for, especially if you're Russia. Especially if you're Russia. Especially if you're Russian. So, yeah. Somebody said 123 is 1/8 of an oz of weed. That's funny. I did not know that. I don't indulge myself. I wouldn't know. I'll tell you what, Alfred. I'll look. I will check it out, but I don't think that's correct. But I will search. I have little birdies on the ground telling me exactly what the prices are. I need to actually speak to them again. But last time I checked, we're pretty much on the same level. Pretty much the same price. If you do like an average check, the States and Russia have the same price of fuel. For Russian people, that's bad. No lie. The Russian people actually feel like it's expensive. But for like an average person coming into Russia, they're like, oh shit, the gas is like this. You'd expect it to be worse. That's the credit that I can give to the government, because damn man, you know how many things are pretty much being tackled by all of these sanctions, etc. And gas isn't really sanctioned because there's an abundance of gas, but you need to compensate for the loss in funds. You know, you need to compensate. Yeah, thanks for the education on the gallons too, Alfred. I will not lie to you, bro. My gallons are shit. I do not know. You just told me the conversion rate. I appreciate that, man. I have no idea. That's pretty much new to me. Which is funny because I had American teachers too, but they were just like, nah, we're gonna teach you liters. But yeah, the States and Russia are pretty much the same in terms of gas. Pretty much the same. I don't really drive like that, so I don't really think it affects me. If I did have a car though, and I was complaining about gas, I don't even see the use of a car in Moscow, to be honest with you. The networking here is so solid. You would probably just get a car for luxury, basically. Just luxury. You can get anywhere faster with the metro. Way faster. Oh, somebody's saying, sorry man, you're on the wrong stream. Whew. Yeah, Moscow's a great city. Really great city. But yeah, thank you for the